Well, this is the fermenter again, with the rugs sitting on top, just all uncovered, polystyrene on the front. Cut a hole in the front of the fridge. It's double insulated with perspex, about 1.5 inches between each layer. So that is glass, and on the outside I put silver paper, which is what you can see from the inside, and then just polystyrene. I can actually feel heat coming off this, and of course you can see light coming out of it. I should put a thicker piece on the front, to be honest. It would be so much more insulation, and it means that the light bulb won't flick on and off. So under here I've got a STC 1000 thermostat and controller. It's set to 55 degrees. I've set the variability between the temperatures to about 3 degrees, so it comes on and off maybe every half hour, and it runs for about 3 minutes and then it turns itself off again. So anyway, the reason I'm shooting this video is just to show you how it is that I am juggling so many different things at the same time. So I am stoving tobacco. This tobacco has been treated with a bit of vanillin from some oak, and I toasted the oak, and then I made 78% moonshine. I dissolved the oak into the moonshine and stripped out all of the vanilla and cherry flavors, and then it becomes my flavoring concentrate. And the reason I use such high proof alcohol is so that it does not draw any tannin out of the wood. Tannin is not alcohol soluble, so the higher proof you use, the better flavor you'll get without the tannin. So for wine, if you want tannin, then obviously the water content strips the tannin out. So I have made, this is 6 months old. It's been cured for 6 months. I've put this in the fermenter now for 8 weeks. It is a mixture of Burley and dark fired Virginia, and then Virginia Ligero leaves, and what else? It has very high coffee and chocolate smells that are coming out of it. What I've done for the last 6-7 weeks is I've fermented it, and then I've opened the jar out and I've put it back into the fermenter so that it can dry out thoroughly, and then I recase it, and then I do the same thing, ferment it again for about another 3 or 4 days. Then I open the jar again, dry everything out bone dry, so that all of the ammonia and all the gases can escape, and then I quickly recase it with water, because if you let it dry for too long, you're going to degrade the oils that are in the tobacco. So you've got to keep juggling dry, wet, dry, wet, dry, and I'm just basically just curing this. Because my fermenter is running, may as well do it. So what's next? So in here we've got a passy tray, light bulb, reflector, silver paper. I've got some pipe tobacco here. So on top here we've got Virginia leaves, and at the moment I am slowly fermenting them. Then I've got some BURLEY SECOs, which I've been fermenting for about 3 or 4 weeks, and I flattened them out yesterday, so now they're nice and flat and stacked. I love organisation. It makes my life so much better. BURLEY SECOs. Yep, chocolatey BURLEY SECOs full of oil. So these are, golly, about 2 weeks old. So I'm going to ferment them for at least another probably 4 Depending on how brittle the leaves become. The one thing about burley is if you're using it for cigar wrappers, it rips very, very easily. I already know that just from experience, so I know to make my cigars. This one here, this is Viso, and this is burley Viso, so these are the very bottom huge leaves. This from here to here is 1 foot. When they grew, they would have been out here, about 2 feet long, and then they shrink. This end here has got mould, so I snipped it off, so that's the reason it looks square like this. It got mould, and I think it was because I put it in a bag. Even though I bleached the bag, it had bread in it, and it caught mould, and it was aspergillus, so it was green. So what I did is I treated it with baking soda spray, and that baking soda is not going to harm the tobacco anyway. It's just probably going to neutralise some acids, but I'm going to keep an eye on this end here to make sure there's no mould growth. Otherwise what I'm going to have to do is stove it, and it will become pipe tobacco. Stoving at about 70 for 2 weeks won't kill the mould. Isn't that amazing? 2 weeks at 70 and it still won't kill the mould. So I'm going to have to bring the temperature up and kill it, and that'll become Cavendish pipe tobacco, because it's no good as wrappers anyway. So that's my fermenter, and now I can put the next batch in, and I'll be done for the year. So anyway, right at the beginning, the question was, how am I juggling so many different things? Well, this here needs to be stoved at this point. This is pipe tobacco. So I've cured it, and then it has been cured for about 6 months, and then it has been fermented for 6 weeks, and then I have stoved it, and then I've dried it out, and then I've flavoured it with some vanillin from some oak. And then what I'm going to do, I need to raise this temperature to about 70 degrees. But the problem is, this temperature thermometer is set to 55. But this light bulb is either on or it's off. And this can reach temperatures of 220 degrees on the surface. So if I put this to pipe tobacco right next to the light bulb, that's going to get very, very hot, and it's going to stove the tobacco for me. So this is how I'm juggling all these different processes in one tiny fridge.